Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Oh man, I can't wait to talk about this. I'm so happy. I wish this moment would have come 40 years ago, but it didn't, but it's here now. So let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy the sweetness of it, shall we? But before I get started, people, this is a viewer-funded platform. This is what I do. There's no 9 to 5. There's no plan B. There's no safety net. My plan A has to win, and it only can with your help. Make sure you hit that Linktree link. Hit up the Cash App, the Venmo, the PayPal, however you can support. Become a member on my YouTube channel. Become a member on locals.com. All of those links will be in the Linktree, but I need your help to keep these lights on. You want to keep hearing this voice and seeing this face, you got to help me out. So please do that. Hit those links. Viewer funded. There is no me without you. So if you want me, there's got to be you. But ring the bells, sound the alarm. Somebody should be on a hill with some kind of a goat's horn going. Because he's stepping down. He is retiring. The 4-star general of the race pimping army, the commander-in-chief of race baiters, is stepping down. I'm not talking about Al Sharptongue. We haven't gotten rid of his sickly, emaciated looking ass. If you made a POW bobblehead, that's what Al Sharptongue looks like. Not him, it's the other one. It's the one that created him. It's his Dr. Frankenstein, Jesse Jackson. That's right. This Sunday, Jesse Jackson announced that he is retiring from the Rainbow Push Coalition, or whatever that money laundering scheme he came up with is called. He's done. Now he's stepping down because of some health complications, Parkinson's, and some other things. That's not why I'm here to rake him over the coals. It's not his fault that he became ill like that. I believe his dad died of Parkinson's as well. But what I am going to rake his ass over the coals for is his race pimping. That's right, bitch. You get out there and you be disgruntled and always have something to bitch about. And I'll always represent you as some weak people. Go ahead, bitch. But wait a minute. How? I remember my dad bitching about this when I was a kid. He said, I never elected this fool to be my representative. How did Jesse Jackson and Al Sharptongue become the unofficial representatives for black folks? I missed the meeting. My parents missed that meeting, but somehow he became our figurehead. He became our liaison to the world. Please find me the white, Mexican, Asian, or any other group, Jesse Jackson. Who else needs representation like this? How do we get stuck with these motherfuckers? What happened? But never mind all that. He's stepping down. He's retiring. And what better way to ride off into the sunset than to have Kamala, the Ugandan nightmare, speak. It was at a church in Chicago to celebrate his life's work, and the cackler herself was in the building. You know, she was loving it. She was having a good time. She's a fan of the silver cotton candy. She loves old men. Willie Brown's like, hell yeah. So she had an old man there and Jesse Jackson, and he has limited mobility. He's in a wheelchair. He can't get away. Kamala's like, oh. Now, Kamala, you cannot suck my penis up here on the stage. We've got to wait till we get backstage, Kamala. You know what? One of the worst things that Jesse Jackson did that's going to probably stick with us forever is he gave us the term AfricanAmerican. That's right. That doesn't go back into the annals of time. That doesn't go back to the beginning of this country. 7 years ago, AfricanAmerican. It ain't that old. 1988, he came up with that bullshit, and somehow it took hold. African-American is the official description of black folks. Job applications, school applications, federal paperwork. If you call 911 and they say, can you give a description? Was he Caucasian, Hispanic, or African-American? It's official. That's how we're known. That is the polite way to refer to black folk, to Americans of African descent. I hate it. I'm not an African American. I have no ties to Africa, nor would I care to make any. If somebody told me, oh, you came from this tribe, hey, that's cool. It's always cool to learn something about your lineage. But I've never been drawn to Africa. Neither have any of these other motherfuckers. Because if you're really about it, the Dr. Umars of the world and shit, this Pan-African bullshit and African this and African that will take your ass to Africa. We're in the age of the internet. You can run your business from over there. You can engage in commerce from way over there. You don't have to be on American soil to get that American money. Set your ass up in Africa and do your job with Africans. With the Africans, by the Africans, and for the Africans. But they ain't doing that shit. And I don't like that term. I'm an American. I'm an American. If you want to get technical, I guess I'm an American of African descent. But that's too much of a mouthful. So just call me an American, just like everybody else. But because of him, we have that term African American, which I hate. But he's done. He's retiring. His son is a Democratic representative. I can't remember for which state. So his fingerprints are not completely clean from the history books. But his race baiting ways hopefully will go with him. And he's made quite a bit of money and amassed quite a bit of power by portraying black folks as victims in need of somebody to represent him. You can't talk to these politicians yourself. Are we not smart enough for something like that? Why do we need you? Why do these people turn to you when they do something wrong or something that's perceived as wrong? If a company messes up some corporation, they don't appeal to black folks, if that's even necessary. I don't need you to appeal to me. Did you do it to me? If you did it to me personally, then yeah, you need to appeal to me. But I wouldn't care if the CEO of Coca-Cola got on TV and said, you know one thing I fucking hate more than Pepsi is niggers. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care if he got up there and said, man, I tell you what, if they took every black person off the planet, I'd be happier than a pig and shit. I wouldn't care. You know what I would do? I just wouldn't buy their products anymore. You know why? Because I'm an adult. I can take care of myself, blah, blah, blah. You know how that goes. But for some reason, we're the only group that needs a representative. We need a liaison. Talk to them. You messed up. Make sure it's okay with them. I remember when Don Imus spoke the truth and said that the Rutgers female basketball team was a bunch of nappy-headed hoes. He was right. They all look like stunt doubles for Queen Latifah and set it off. But you can't speak the truth because you're fucking white. But if a black radio host said, you know, the team from Utah University, they look like a bunch of Beckys, crickets, nobody would say shit. They probably laugh. That's it. Because, you know, they're black. Let them have it. Let them have it. Treat them like children. That's who needs a representative. That's who needs a voice, are children. Not us. I don't need you to speak for me. Unless one of these corporations offends me personally, I could give a shit. I couldn't believe it when I saw that. Shout out to my homeboy who sent me that story. I said, what? Jesse Jackson is retiring? He is stepping down? And with all his health issues, that's the kind of a statement, that's the kind of announcement you would expect from Sloppy Joe. His aneurysms, his embolism. You would expect him to say, hey, a long time ago, hey, due to some medical issues, due to the fact that they took the lid off of my brain twice, I'm going to need to step down. But the only difference between Jesse Jackson and Joe Biden, Sloppy Joe, is that they gave Sloppy Joe a new body. Don't tell me that the Sloppy Joe from the Barack Obama days, when he was the worst fucking vice president ever, before Kamala came, don't tell me that Sloppy Joe is the same as this Sloppy Joe. Don't tell me that the Sloppy Joe of 10 years ago is the same one I saw this weekend going on a baby. Don't tell me. I'm not going to believe it. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you call me a conspiracy theorist. Oh, it's not a clone. I don't know, a clone or whatever. It might be the same engine inside and the same parts, but that's a different body. Look on here on Shorts or on Instagram. There's a picture of his forehead, all these wrinkles and waves in it. That's not a normal human forehead. It just isn't. Am I a plastic surgeon? No. But I've seen plenty of foreheads, and that one don't look right. But don't worry about that. Celebrate the moment. Jesse Jackson is retiring from the Rainbow Push Coalition. Maybe some of the race pimping tidal waves will recede. Probably not. Because you know what happens when you remove one, then the one that comes after him is usually worse. Right? Remember when we took Saddam out of Iraq? What happened in the Middle East after that? So with Jesse Jackson stepping down, this shit could get worse. But if it does, it won't be because of him. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm